All right, let's talk about this for a moment. Tom Brady's departure from New England has very little to do with football. It has very little to do with money. It has everything to do with love. Tom Brady wants to be loved. That is the most basic human emotion. In any relationship, be it business, personal, friendship, or otherwise, there exists the question of, is there love or is there an absence of love? In Tom Brady's case, here is a man who spent 20 years with one organization, someone who is not expected to really do anything in regards to football, a sixth-round pick who was overlooked by all teams. It's said that on the day of the draft, he could not sit in his home and watch the draft. He was so distraught. He had to go around his house and take a walk near the park. He was so sad and so frustrated. New England gave him a chance. You know, when Tom Brady became a starter, it was when Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury. Now, Drew Bledsoe was a $100 million quarterback, which back at that time, at the late 90s, was a really big deal. So for him to come in like that was really unexpected. And even Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, was not really for that decision at the time. But Bill Belichick nonetheless understood that he had something unique going on with Tom Brady. Something I noticed with Tom Brady is, although physically he's not as gifted as, let's say these guys who have huge arms, or these guys who can move with their legs, can move out of the pocket, make plays out of the pocket, his mind is something really extraordinary. It's something really unique. Actually, he said that he could sit and watch film for hours and hours and hours as if not a moment has gone by. That's just how his mind was designed. So the way that his mind understands the game of football is unlike many people in the history of the game. Some of those who may be comparable would be Bill Belichick. That's why it makes them such a special and unique team. But why does Tom Brady decide to leave now, after 20 years? Well, to me, it seems that New England, and probably Bill Belichick in particular, is not very happy with what happened with Jimmy Garoppolo, who was supposed to take the place of Tom Brady when Tom Brady left the New England Patriots. I think he felt that Tom Brady went behind his back, went to Robert Kraft, and told him to get rid of Garoppolo. We all know last year when that story leaked, this big story that had all this insider information about how there were problems with the Patriots and all of this and all of that. Where did that information come from? I actually think it came from Bill Belichick. He spilled the beans, or he leaked some of this information to reporters so that in the event that Jimmy Garoppolo became a QB stud, like he is, leading the 49ers to the Super Bowl this year, and when Brady left and the Patriots didn't do too well, it would be looked at as Tom Brady made a big mistake by forcing Bill Belichick's hand. In the meantime, Tom Brady feels that the Patriots aren't doing enough to surround him with talent. They didn't go out and get a big wide receiver. Look, DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Cardinals for a second-round pick, a fourth-round pick, and a beat-up running back. I mean, that's not much, and he's probably the best wide receiver in the game. So that, not having many weapons, and the Patriots didn't really want to pay him any money. Over the years, one of the reasons why the Patriots were able to be so successful is because Tom Brady was constantly taking pay cuts below his market value so that they could surround him with talent. But even then, he wasn't really surrounded with much weapon talent at receiver, running back, or tight end, except for that year when they had Randy Moss and they went, 18-1, broke all those records. Of course, he had Gronkowski, but you could see this past year he was really frustrated. So at the end of the day, what this came down to was Tom Brady did not feel appreciated. Bill Belichick felt disrespected. So like any good thing, sometimes you just don't have that warm, fuzzy, happy ending. So, for those New England Patriots fans, coming from someone who is a fan of a former dynasty, the 49ers, I can tell you it's not going to be easy. The next time, it's not going to be like it was. It never will be. And I think you all know that deep down. So cherish those moments you've had with Tom. I'm sure if he goes back to Gillette Stadium, you'll all cheer for him. And, just remember the good times. And that, it is just football. But football is like religion in the United States. We all know that. So those are just a couple of thoughts I had on Tom Brady going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it's a great move for the Buccaneers. They have a fantastic defense and a pretty good offense. I mean, they put up a ton of points, right? And Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions. So Brady's not going to throw that many interceptions, obviously. He's going to put his system in there. And I think they're going to be a really good team. I could even see them winning that division, overtaking the Saints, who have now an older Drew Brees, and they just don't seem to ever figure it out over there. The Falcons don't seem to be going anywhere. The Panthers got Teddy Bridgewater, so that could be interesting. But they're going to be rebuilding too. So I could really see the Buccaneers making the playoffs this year. So those are my thoughts on Tom Brady. He just wants to be loved, like we all do. So I love you, Tom, and I hope you have a good time in Tampa Bay. Signing off, Michael Niktaris, CEO, Aquarius3E LLC.